So, here I am again, out on a Sunday afternoon to play radio. 2 metres this time, FM and SSB, from my new favourite mobile location, which is called Merryton Low, which is very, very near Leek in Staffordshire, in the Peak District. It's about 540 metres ASL, and here it is on a hill bagging website. So, let's have a look at my working conditions. So we're going to be operating from the car. It's a bit windy. We're going to be using two aerials today. We're going to be using a WiMo, a WiMo cloverleaf or a big wheel, which is on top of a DX commander pole, about 5 or 6 lengths of DX commander, and it's really putting it to the test. It's very, very windy, and I've had to guy it out actually because it was going to pull it over and snap it. I love the WiMo antenna. It just does the job. As you can see, the DX commander is actually on the end of a drive-on plate that I had made, and we're just using RG8 mini cable as a feeder. And the other antenna is a Diamopnd X30. I've brought the Diamopnd X3000 as well, but I decided not to use that because it was a bit too cold in setting it up. As you can see, fairly unrestricted views here, 360 degrees basically throughout the whole of the Peak District, and that's the reason why I'm using an omnidirectional antenna, because I don't want to be coming out every 5 minutes and turning the antenna around by using a beam. Maybe in the summer I'll use the tonner, but today I'm using this. So let's get on now and play radio. Here we are now, all set up and ready to play radio. We've got the 991 on sideband, that's going into the big wheel, and then we've also got the 2900 on 2 metres. Unfortunately, somebody has left their microphone latched on S20, and for the last 20 minutes, as you can see, I've got a full scale signal, and all I can hear is kids playing in the background. So I don't think I'm going to be doing too much on FM for the foreseeable future, but at least we've got sideband to play with. So let's get going. So a good way of testing the conditions in terms of band performance are to find a beacon and listen to the beacon. So this is Kent Beacon, and it's actually gone down significantly since I checked it about 15 minutes ago. Although it was only probably S1, it was probably, well, it was very, very strong, probably a 5. Now it's an S1/2, but in terms of readability, probably a 2. So the band has changed significantly in the last 15 minutes. So that doesn't sound great, does it? Yeah, Golf Whiskey Zero, Alpha Golf Zulu. Yeah, very good copy on you, sir. Good afternoon. The name this side is Mike, and the QTH is Merryton Low in the Peak District, not very far away from Leek in Staffordshire, over.
Yeah, QSL Mike, very good afternoon. Mike 0 X-ray, Mike X-ray portable. GW0AGZ return. Yeah, I've just put the beam on you a little bit better. I was beaming southeast at the time. I think you're more east, northeast. So anyway, name here is John, and located 5 miles south of Oswestry on the Shropshire Parish borders. Now copy, Mike, over.
Yep, fine business, John. No problem whatsoever. I'm copying you 5 and 9. 5 and 9, no problem whatsoever. And yeah, fine business. I'm being located in Oswestry, and you are only my second QSO of today. I'm just up here in the car in the warm. The wind is blowing. I have seen a few bits of snow in the last 20 minutes, and I'm just up here at the moment playing. I've got 2 different setups. I've got a Yaesu FT991, which is what I'm talking to you on at the moment, which I'm using for sideband, and I'm using a WiMo Big Wheel antenna. which is omnidirectional, and I've also got a different radio specific for 2 meters FM, which is a Yaesu FT2900, which is plumbed into a Diamopnd X30, and both of them are kind of next to the car effectively. And yeah, so I thought I'd just come up here and play radio for the afternoon. Back to you.
Yeah, well, why not, Mike? GW0AGZ return. Yes, that was a good idea. Yes, bitterly cold. I'm in the shack here, which is the garage. Got the door open, so it's not very warm at all. And yeah, okay, I just thought I'd turn the 2 meter rig on, which is the FT897. I've literally just turned on the frequency and called the tail end of your QS, of your CQ call. And then I said again, and I think you must have heard that, and then you repeated. So anyway, here we are. Yeah, you're a good 5 and 9 also. The antenna I'm using is it's an 8-element tonner, and it's looking roughly your way, Mike. So there we are then. Okay, so I'm only your second contact, so I'll let you carry on, Mike. You're doing a good job anyway. Back to you.
Yeah, many thanks for that, John. I appreciate you taking the time to say hello. I did put something on Facebook on Friday, I think it was, literally to try and encourage people to get onto 2 meters and to work. And what I suggested was 1 o'clock on sideband and 2 o'clock on FM. The only problem I've got is there's somebody sat on 2 meters FM up here, or somewhere anyway, with their PTT latched open. So it's it's full scale with me, so there's no way I can transmit on 2 meters. But anyway, it's very nice to be on SSB. I don't really play much on SSB. So yeah, thank you very much for coming back to me there, John. And I will say 7-3. I'll pass it back to you for a quick final, just in case you've got any comments on that. And I will keep calling CQ. So back to you, John. Golf Whiskey 0, Alpha Golf Zulu from Mike 0 X-Ray Mike X-Ray Portable, over.
Yeah, very good, Mike. Yeah, it's okay. I'm just having a cup of coffee, actually, as I said. I just popped back in the shack here. Okay, I think you said you've got an FT2900. I also have one of those, a very nice, solidly built FM rig, 75 watts, I think, from memory. They bang out, so, and there's no fan, is there? So it's just a big heat sink, isn't it? Very good. Okay, then I'll let you press on, Mike, and you enjoy the afternoon. And yeah, I quite often shoot around this part of 2 meters. You know, it's surprising. You do get the odd contact. So good luck. M0XMX Portable, GW0AGZ. 7-3 for now, Mike. Cheers.
Yeah, thanks, John. You take care. Have a great rest of the weekend. And yeah, carry on enjoying radio, sir. 7-3 for now. Any other stations? QRZ. This is Mike 0 X-Ray Mike X-Ray Portable in the Peak District. Standing by for any calls.
Yes, good afternoon to you. M0XMX, Golf 3 Sierra Mike Tango, over.
Yeah, roger, roger, roger. Very good afternoon to you, sir. G3SMT. The name this side is Mike, and yeah, I'm at a place called Merryton Low, which is just up the road from the Mermaid Inn in the Peak District, not very far away from Leek. Over.
Yes, okay, Mike, good afternoon to you. My name is Peter, and I'm located in India Oscar 82 Kilo Victor, which is the town of Oswestry. You're 5 and 9 plus, of course, but there again, you're very local. Are you, you say you're on Merryton, are you near Mermaid Pool or further over near the pub, G3SMT?
Yeah, roger that, Peter. So if I was to go south up the road from here, I'd be heading towards the trig point, which I can't remember what it's called. But then I would go down the hill, and the Mermaid Inn would be on my right-hand side. There is a little pool on my right-hand side where I'm sat at the junction. I can't remember what that's called actually, but yeah, I could walk to the Mermaid Inn probably in about 10 minutes from here. There, Peter. Back to you.
Yeah, okay. Now I know roughly where you are. I used to do a lot of field days from up there in the 1960s, but it was a good site, and one or two others around there as well. Axe Edge Moors are quite good as well. Anyway, there you go. Yeah, I say you're 5 and 9 plus. I'm just running 1 watt. And it's just the driver actually. I never bother for putting the amplifier on. There's no point really, is there? Anyway, enjoy the afternoon out there. Quite a nice day today, but a bit on the cool side. Back to you, G3SMT.
Yeah, roger that, Peter. And yeah, all noted on what you've just said. And yeah, that's exactly where I am. Some kind soul has put some poles in the ground to secure a push-up mast onto, and I'm taking advantage of that. And yeah, it's quite a nice day up here. It's very overcast, and I did see some snow about half an hour ago, but only a few, in fact it might have even been sleet, but only a few flakes. And looking over into the west, it's a lot brighter over there than it is into the east, looking towards the actual Peak District and towards Sheffield and Chesterfield. But yeah, very breezy is the way to describe it, I think. And the temperature apparently outside is 5 degrees, but I think the wind chill makes it probably closer to 0. Okay, Peter, well, very nice talking to you, and thanks for being the 3rd station I've spoken to today, and actually the 2nd station from Oswestry, so that's spooky. Okay, fine business. Thank you very much for coming back to the call, Peter. And by the way, 50 watts putting out this end, and your signal to me is 20 over 9 on your 1 watt. So you're doing something exceptionally well there, Peter. Right, farewell for now. Back over to you for a final, and then I'll carry on calling. Golf 3 Sierra Mike Tango, Mike 0 X-ray Mike X-ray portable, over.
Yep, okay, fine, Mike. All copied, okay. And trust you have a good afternoon on the hilltops there. Quite a lot of folk on the band today, and 6 metres is going well as well, so there you go. Cheers to you, have a good day. M0XMX G3SMT is off and clear. 73 Mike.
Yep, thanks Peter, take care, have a great rest of your weekend, sir. Hopefully speak to you again soon. QRZ, any other stations? This is Mike 0 X-ray Mike X-ray portable in the Peak District. Calling CQ and standing by.
Mike 0 X-ray Mike X-ray portable, George 3 Victor Whiskey Hotel G3VWH, over.
Roger, roger, roger. G3VWH. Yeah, very good afternoon to you, sir. Name is Mike, and the location is not very far away from Leek in Staffordshire. Back to you.
Fine, Mike. Okay, and Leek, we're down in Shrewsbury. I just heard you working, Peter, in Oswestry. Good afternoon to you, Peter. You're right off the side of the beam, so very, very weak, but I could copy you, Peter. Okay, fine, Mike. My name is Brian. We're located in Shrewsbury, and a booming signal down here, about 20 over 9. I'm running a bit more power than Peter, possibly about 30-35 watts, something like that at the moment. And it's not too bad down here, a little bit windy, a little bit breezy, but I myself have been down on 6 metres before lunch. It's quite good down on 6 metres with the contest today. Very good. Back to you, Mike. M0 X-ray Mike X-ray portable from G3VWH.
Yeah, QSL, Brian. Well, you're a lovely strong signal. 5 and 9, no problem from Shrewsbury. As you probably heard me tell Peter there, my working conditions is I'm using a Yaesu FT991 with 50 watts into an omnidirectional WiMo Big Wheel antenna, which is on top of about 6 lengths of a fiberglass pole, a DX commander pole, and it's blowing around a bit in the wind. I've had to stick some guy lines out for it, but it's doing a great job, and I like the big wheel, and I also like halos, just because you're sending out your signal in all directions and you haven't got to worry about where you're pointing it. So that's what I'm using to talk to you on, and I've also got a Yaesu FT2900, which is plugged into a Diamopnd X30 antenna, about 6-10 feet away from the car. So they're both live, and I think now the station that was or did have his PTT latched on S20 has now sorted that problem out. So S20 is also open, so that's good news as well. But yeah, nice strong signal coming in here from Shrewsbury there, Peter. Microphone back to you, sir.
Thanks, Mike. M0XMX portable G3VWH. Wonderful signal from your antenna there, and the FT991. Sounds very nice. very nice quality. And running here a 9-element tonner on 2 meters, and the rig is an FT736R, an old one, an FT736R, and transistor amplifier just peaking about 35-40 watts at the moment on that. But yeah, lovely to hear you on. Nice to hear a bit of activity on the band and such a huge signal. You don't miss anything. Anyway, Mike, let you carry on, and nice to work you for the first time. Look forward to having another QSO, and have a good day. Have a bit of fun there up on the mountain. Mike Zero, X-ray Mike X-ray portable G3VWH.
A G3VWH M0XMX portable. Yeah, roger that, Brian. Well, very nice to talk to you, sir. Thank you very much for coming back to my call, and I hope you carry on enjoying your weekend, sir. And I'll say 7-3. So take care, and look forward to speaking to you again soon. Bye for now.
Yeah, 73s, Mike. Take care.
Any other stations, QRZ. This is Mike Zero X-ray Mike X-ray portable in the Peak District. M0XMX standing by. Hello CQ, hello CQ. This is Mike Zero X-ray Mike X-ray portable calling CQ, CQ, CQ. M0XMX portable station in the Peak District calling CQ on 2 and standing by for any calls. Hello CQ, hello CQ. This is Mike Zero X-ray Mike X-ray portable calling CQ, CQ, CQ. M0XMX in the Peak District calling CQ on 2 and standing by for any calls. Hello CQ, hello CQ. This is Mike Zero X-ray Mike X-ray portable calling CQ, CQ, CQ. M0XMX portable calling CQ on 2 and standing by for any calls.
M0XMX, this is G7EMK. I'd just like a radio report if possible, because I'm not that far away from you. I'm just trying a new radio out, QSL.
Yeah, roger that. I didn't quite catch all of your call sign, but you are perfect audio and signal 9, so 5 and 9. No problem whatsoever. Back to you.
Okay, thanks. It's Golf 7 Echo Mike Kilo, and the name here is Darren. And I'm just on the outskirts of Leek, so we're not far away from each other. Just been listening to you for a short period of time. You're 5.9 plus 20 over to me, so very, very strong. Now I'm just trying a new ICOM 9700 out, and just wanted to know how it sounded on SSB. So thanks for that one.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, Darren, if you have a look on my YouTube channel later on, I'll make a point of putting this this QSO on the video so you can actually hear for yourself. Back to you.
Okay, that'll be marvellous, yes. It'd be nice to hear it, because you don't always get a chance to hear your own audio, do you? But you're sounding good anyway. It sounds like you've really lit up the airwaves today on SSB. It's nice to hear it being used on 2 meters. There's not enough SSB done these days on 2, mainly FM, but you're certainly in a good spot up there anyway, from where I think I know where you are. I think you're up near towards the Mermaid, but it's just a cracking spot. As I say, name's Darren here. Didn't quite get your name over.
Yeah, roger, Darren. Well, the name is Mike, and the call sign is M0XMX, and you'll find the video just by going to YouTube and typing in my call sign, and you'll see a few other videos of places that I've been around the Peak District playing radio. And I've worked from here a few times, and today I came up here with the intention of playing properly, so I bought the proper aerials today. I'm not messing around with any beams, because it means getting in and out the car all the time to move them around, hence the reason why I'm just using an omnidirectional big wheel antenna. then that way I'm getting out in a fairly even pattern, omnidirectional, with probably no gain, but yeah, enough to have some fun there. Darren, back to you.
Well, you certainly seem to be having some fun, Mike. You've had 1 or 2 stations I hear calling into you, and I think you're also being heard on Anglesey as well. A friend of mine who's out down there for the weekend, he's texted me to say there's some activity on this particular frequency, so there you go. So you are getting out far and wide. All right, Mike, I'll have a listen to your YouTube site a little later on today under your call sign and see what we sound like. But thanks a lot, Mike, and good luck on SSB. Thanks again. M0XMX. This is Golf 7, Echo Mike Kilo. Cheers, Mike, all the best.
Yeah, fine business, Darren. And just in case the audio doesn't come out right for whatever reason, I guarantee you your audio is absolutely perfect. Yeah, as good as it gets. So no problem whatsoever there, Darren. Okay, mate, you take care. Lovely to speak to you. And I look forward to speaking to you again sometime soon. 7-3. Any other stations? QRZ, Mike 0, X-Ray, Mike X-Ray, Portable, standing by.
GW0 MDQ.
GW0 MDQ. Yeah, very good afternoon to you, sir. The name is Mike, and I'm in the Peak District, not very far away from Leek in Staffordshire. Over.
Yeah, okay, Mike, M0XMX, GW0 MDQ. Yeah, nice to hear you. Name is Paul, Papa Alpha Uniform Lima, Paul. And the QTH is it's near to Mould, Mike Oscar Lima Delta, about 4 miles from Mould, in Italy Oscar 83 Kilo Charlie, M0XMX GW0 MDQ.
Yeah, roger that, Peter. Sorry, Paul. Sorry. Yeah, I know Mould. Is there, just correct me if I'm wrong, is Mould near Queensferry? I could be wrong though. So yeah, please correct me if I'm wrong. Is Mould near Queensferry? Over.
Yeah, roger.
Ah, right, okay, yeah, it is the right place. Is there also a place called Mermaid Inn, or is that the same place? Over.
Monadissa, I think it's pronounced. Yeah, roger.
Ah, right, okay, yeah, no problem. Yeah, well, you're a very nice, strong 5 and 9 signal, just about touching into the red. So yeah, lovely signal. Wonder what your working conditions are there, Paul. Over.
Yeah, I'm just trying to work out where your best beam heading is. I think you'll still be able to hear me now. Running 10 watts. It's an old ICOM 251E, 10 watts, and the antenna is a Moxon antenna, Mike. Over.
Yeah, fine business. Well, you're doing a great job there with your 10 watts. And my locator, Italy Oscar 93, Alpha Delta 75. So 93 Alpha Delta 75. And I would imagine from you, if you're pointing towards East Anglia, so probably, I'm trying to think now, probably around about 100 degrees or thereabouts, then I would imagine that you'll be pointing straight at me. But yeah, as I say, great signal, great audio, no problem whatsoever there, Paul. You're doing a fine job. Back to you.
Yeah, TW0 MDQ. I'm pointing about 90 degrees, which I think's about right for you. So you might be a little bit stronger now. I'm probably going to be changing this antenna at some stage. The SWR is not particularly good. But it's the one that I've been using for the UK activity contest. I've got a 9-element tonner to go back up, but I've just got to get that working. I should be a little bit stronger. I can go on to a different rig and run 100 watts, but I just wanted to switch this old rig on and make sure it's still working. And heard you calling out. Very strong signal here. I wonder what you're working over your side, Mike. M0XMX GW0 MDQ.
Yeah, all copied, Paul. Well, my working conditions that I'm using to talk to you on is a Yaesu 991 with 50 watts into an omnidirectional antenna, which is a WiMo, Whiskey India Mike Oscar, German manufacturer, a WiMo Big Wheel, which is like a big cloverleaf, I think some people call them. And that's the kind of, well, this is the setup that I use for the UK AC. Not that I tend to play in the winter. I tend to sit in the car, and I don't really do it in the winter because it gets too cold. But yeah, probably within the next month or so I'll be out playing UK AC. And then I've also got a Yaesu FT2900, which is FM only, which is plugged into a Diamopnd X30 antenna. Both of them are next to the car on poles. And my height here is approximately 540 metres ASL. So I've got fairly unobstructed views in all directions, great takeoff, and the location is actually called Merryton Low, which is just up the road from the Mermaid Inn. It's a favourite place of mine because literally you can sit in the car, put all your antennas up and play in the nice and warm and to your heart's content. I'm powering both radios using a leisure battery, 115 amp hour leisure battery, which is in the footwell next to me. So there you go. Back over to you for a quick final, if you don't mind, and then I'll carry on calling CQ. GW0 MDQ from Mike 0 X-ray, Mike X-ray Portable, over.
Yeah, okay, Mike. Mike 0 X-ray, Mike X-ray stroke portable, GW0 MDQ. Yeah, nice to hear you for the first time. I'm sure I'll hear you in the activity contest. Don't always get a huge amount of stations from your square on some of the bands. I can work all the bands up to 13 centimetres at the moment, or all the bands up to 13 cents, including 4 metres. So just got to do a little bit more work on the antennas, but yeah, interesting to hear about your big wheel antenna, or clover leaf as they used to be called. Quite popular in the 70s, I believe. I think they're illustrated in the VHF, UHF manual. I think they've got about 3 or 4 dBs of gain, which is quite good for a sort of an omnidirectional horizontal antenna. Probably ideal for what you're using it for at the moment, Mike. Okay, 73s, enjoy your outing, and here you again, M0XMX, GW0 MDQ, Nemold, going back to the calling frequency. See you, Mike.
Yeah, thanks Paul, you take care, have a great rest of your weekend, and thanks very much for dropping by to say hello. I look forward to speaking to you again someday. 73. Any other stations, QRZ, Mike 0, X-ray, Mike X-ray Portable, standing by? Hello CQ, this is Mike 0, X-ray, Mike X-ray Portable, calling CQ. M0XMX Portable, near Leek in Staffordshire, calling CQ, and by for any calls.
M0XMX Portable, W7, COY, 7 Bravo,
GW7, I think it was, Bravo Oscar Yankee, is that correct?
That is correct. Golf 7 Bravo Oscar Yankee.
Roger. Yeah, very good. Sorry, there's lots and lots of sports cars shooting around here at the moment. A bit noisy. But yeah, thank you very much for coming back to say hello. The name this side is Mike. Not sure how much of the previous QSOs, if any, that you've heard, but I'll just give you a quick rundown. The name this side is Mike. The QTH is a place called Merryton Low, which is near to Leek in Staffordshire. Italy Oscar 93, Alpha Delta 75 is the locator. So I'll give you a signal report and you're next. Back to you from M0XMX Portable.
Golf 7 Bravo Oscar Yankee. Yeah, thanks very much for that, Mike. My name's Brian. I'm in the town of Buckley in North Wales. I didn't catch much of your previous QSO with champion mold. The mold is about 3 miles from me. It's the first time I've had a conversation on radio, would you believe, for almost 24 years. I've been QSing all that time, came back on again in the week, but just setting things up. Now, that's to say, the first time I've spoken to anybody, 24 years, exactly the 9th of May 95 last time I was called my local over.
Wow. So I think I heard you correctly. The signal was going up and down a little bit there, but I think you said this is the first conversation that you have had in 24 years on the radio. Was that correct, over?
That is correct.
Wow. So what suddenly made you come on the radio today, of all days, over?
Well, I set up my FT290 with a whole 2.5 watt into HB9 TV, which was basically pointing in a direction 1303 from my home base. Because basically I retired a couple of years ago, my wife died recently, I've got time on my hands, so I just thought, how can I occupy myself kind of constructively? You know, 70 or what?
I'm sorry to hear about your sad loss there. Yeah, amateur radio is a hobby that a lot of people tend to put down and then pick back up after a number of years. I was only speaking to a gentleman earlier on that has just come back to the hobby. I don't know whether today is his first day back on or what, but his first he's come back onto the airwaves recently after 20 years away, and he was 90 years of age. He had a Golf 3 call sign, so yeah, hopefully this is the start of a bit more activity and lots of people coming back to amateur radio, which will be a blessing, to be honest. So yeah, fine business, Brian, and yeah, fine business on Buckley. I do know Buckley, and your signal isn't particularly strong, but that probably is because of the low power that you're running. So taking into a fact that you're running QRP, you're doing a great job there, Brian. Back to you.
W7001, yeah, thanks, Mike. I can't remember my main head location. Can't remember if it's India up to 83 or 832, Lima Delta. Signal up, yeah, like I say, I'm just picking up those figures 24 years ago. I didn't have any great deal of plans to come on the radio this afternoon, to be honest. I noticed that you put a post up on Facebook, and I've seen it, and I thought, well, good. If the chap is there, he'll send me over.
Wow, fine business. I really appreciate you coming on to talk to me. Obviously, I come up here because I enjoy doing what I do, but clearly if there's nobody to talk to, then it's not going to go on for very long because I'll get bored. But I really appreciate you coming on after 20 years, 23 years I think it was, of not being on the radio, coming on today just to say hello to me. That makes me feel very, very humbled, to be honest. So I do appreciate that, Brian. Keep looking on the Facebook group because yeah, I do like to be active, and I do like to get out and play from the hills while I can and when I can. So yeah, I really appreciate that. Just remind me again, Brian, how many years was you away? Back to you.
24 years, almost exactly 24 years. The 9th of May, 1995 was my last time. And it's actually as part of the practical wireless low power contest of that year.
Wow. Okay, sir. Well, yeah, my hat goes off to you. Thank you very, very much for coming on to talk to me. I feel very, very privileged, and as I say, very humbled that you've chosen to come back on the air today after 24 years. Right, I'm going to carry on calling CQ if you don't mind, Brian. I've got a fair number of QSOs in my logbook, so yeah, I'm going to work a few more. I've got nothing necessarily to head off home for in any hurry. The dog's quite happy asleep in the back of the car, so I'll pass it back to you for a final, and then I'll bid you farewell. Golf Whiskey 7, Bravo, Oscar Yankee from Mike 0, X-Ray Mike X-Ray Portable, over.
Eagle 7, your one, here is the final, big shot, final. Yes, that's pretty much Mike. Thanks to somebody on the radio again, they needed to fire my together, and I'll get on board. All right, carry on, good afternoon, I hope you have a good one, mate. Eagle 7, your one, going to that.
Yeah, thank you very much, Brian. You take care, sir, and as I say, the honour was all mine in speaking to you, so you have a great rest of your weekend. Bye for now, and 7-3. Any other stations? QRZ, Mike 0, X-ray, Mike X-ray portable, near Leek in Staffordshire, standing by. Hello CQ, hello CQ. This is Mike 0, X-ray, Mike X-ray portable, calling CQ, CQ, CQ. M0XMX portable, calling CQ on 2 and standing by for any calls. Hello CQ, hello CQ. Mike 0, X-ray, Mike X-ray portable, calling CQ and standing by for any calls. Hello CQ, hello CQ. This is Mike 0, X-ray, Mike X-ray portable, calling CQ, CQ, CQ. M0XMX, near Leek in Staffordshire, standing by for any calls.
Hello CQ, hello CQ. This is Mike 0, X-ray, Mike X-ray portable, calling CQ, CQ, CQ. M0XMX, near Leek in Staffordshire, standing by for any calls. Hello CQ, hello CQ. This is Mike 0, X-ray, Mike X-ray portable, calling CQ, CQ, CQ. M0XMX, near Leek in Staffordshire, standing by for any calls.
There is a station. I think the last letter is Foxtrot, but I found it very, very hard to hear you. 3 and none. Sorry about that. Would you like to try again? Over. The station with the call sign ending in Foxtrot. Would you like to try again, please, sir? Over. Okay, I got Golf 0 something Foxtrot, but it's very, very hard. Back to you. Maybe you'd just like to try one more time, please. I've turned the engine off in the car, so one more time, please. Over. No, I'm sorry, it's really hard. I've got Golf 0, and I know there's a Juliet, and I think there's a Foxtrot. One last try, if you don't mind.
Golf 0, Kilo, Juliet, Foxtrot, Kilo, Juliet, Foxtrot, Kilo, Juliet, Foxtrot, Somerset, in Somerset, Kilo, Juliet, Foxtrot, in Somerset, guys.
Roger. Now I've turned the engine off, I can actually hear you. You are 4 and 1, and QSL in Somerset. The name of this side is Mike, and I'm in the Peak District. I'm running a Yaesu 991 with 50 watts into a big wheel antenna. Roger. No, I didn't copy that last. I didn't copy your last. Please repeat. Over. Roger, Rick. I copy you. Whereabouts in Somerset are you? Whereabouts in Somerset? And thank you for the 5-7. Over. I heard the word hill. I copy hill. Which hill? Over? Italy Oscar 80 Mike Victor. Okay, Roger, Roger. My locator, Italy Oscar 93 Alpha Delta 75. IO93 AD 75. Roger.
Roger, IO95 Alpha Delta. Okay, Mike, I'll leave you to get on there. So thanks for the QSO and thanks for persevering with the difficult conditions. Go ahead.
Yep, no problem, Rick. Just a quick correction. Italy Oscar 93 Alpha Delta. And if you have a look on my YouTube channel later on, you may very well see this QSO on there, Rick. Okay, 73 and bye for now.
Okay, cheers. Mike. Thanks very much. Bye.
Yeah, bye-bye, Rick. Any other stations? QRZ, Mike 0, X-Ray, Mike X-Ray Portable.
Hello CQ, this is Mike 0, X-Ray, Mike X-Ray Portable, calling CQ, M0XMX, near Leek in Staffordshire, standing by for any calls.
Yeah, Roger, Rick, you've gone up to a 3. You are now 4 and 3, over.
Roger. I'm running a pair of 17 element tires with a Mac 10 preamplifier, so you're very loud and clear here. Running 400 watts out, 400 out there, Mike. So 730, thanks for the contact and talk to you again.
Yeah, no problem, Rick. Totally readable now, no problem whatsoever. Just tell me exactly where you are. I got you located, but whereabouts in Somerset is that? Back to you.
Yeah, near the town of Ilminster, near to the town of Ilminster, QSL.
Ilminster, no problem whatsoever there, Rick. Yeah, fine copy. This is, I think, probably the furthest QSO, no problem whatsoever. Thanks for coming back there, Rick, and take care. Speak soon. Bye-bye.
Yeah, cheers now.
QRZ, any stations? Mike 0, X-Ray, Mike X-Ray Portable. Any stations? This is Mike 0, X-Ray, Mike X-Ray Portable, calling CQ. M0XMX Portable, calling CQ on 2, and standing by for any calls. Hello CQ, this is Mike 0, X-Ray, Mike X-Ray Portable, in the Peak District, near Leek in Staffordshire, calling CQ. M0XMX Portable, calling CQ, and bye for any calls. Hello CQ, Mike 0, X-Ray, Mike X-Ray Portable, calling CQ. M0XMX, calling CQ, and bye for any calls. Hello CQ, Mike 0, X-Ray, Mike X-Ray Portable, calling CQ, and bye for any calls.
Roy. Where do you want to go? Yep, QS1.
Hello CQ, this is Mike 0, X-Ray, Mike X-Ray Portable, in the Peak District, calling CQ on 2, and standing by for any calls.
Mike 0, X-ray, Mike X-ray, I think it was. Mike 0, Yankee Zulu, Yankee Mobile responding, over.
M0YZY. Mobile, yeah, very good afternoon. Would you like to QSY, please? Let's try 145 350, over.
Yeah, 350.
Is this frequency clear, please, M0XMX? Yep, nothing heard from this side. Mike 0, Yankee Zulu, Yankee Mobile. Do you copy, over?
Yeah, nothing heard this end. Very good afternoon to you. You are a very strong signal to me, 5 and 9 plus whatever, 20 and stopping. Name here is Steve, Sierra Tango Echo Victor Echo. And my location is eastbound on the A518, just coming out of Telford in Shropshire, heading towards Newport, where I'm visiting my mother who's in Newport this afternoon. My home QTH being Stafford. Back to you.
Yeah, fine business on that, Steve. Well, I'm actually in the Peak District, just up from the Mermaid Inn. A place called Merryton Low is the name of the area, and which isn't a million miles away from Leek, which I'm sure you know where that is. And yeah, you're you're full scale with me, so I would say somewhere between 9 and plus 20. I'm using a Yaesu FT2900, putting out roughly 70 watts into a Diamopnd X30, which is on a push-up pole next to the car. And yeah, you're doing a fine job of getting into me there. No problem. Going a bit tongue-tied. No problem there. Microphone back to you, Steve, from M0XMX Portable.
Mike 0 XMX Portable M0YZY Mobile. Yeah, fine business. Very good on using the up a pole. It's always quite tricky to know what 2-metre aerial to use portable. I do quite a bit of portable operating myself, actually. I do quite a few good summits near you. Summits on the air, program summits, the gun, and that spring to mind. Nice area up there in the Peak District. So is that near your home location? Are you on holiday, or what's the story behind you being up in the Peak District? Back to you.
No, just come up here for the day, just to play radio. The wife's away, and me and the dogs said, come on, let's go and play radio in the Peak District. Home QTH is not a million miles away in Burton-on-Trent, so it's just under an hour for me to get up to here. And I brought a flask of coffee and a few sandwiches. So yeah, we're just sat up here on top of the world, and you know, full unobstructed views, 360 degrees. So yeah, having a blast. Been playing a little bit of 2 meters sideband, using a big wheel antenna, which again is on a pole next to the car, and I've got the Yaesu FT991 for that task. But I thought rather than messing around unplugging antennas and stuff like that, I thought I'll just bring 2 radios. So yeah, but yeah, enjoying myself up here, Steve. Obviously, having people to talk to is necessary. And so yeah, thanks a lot for coming back to the call. Back to you, M0YZY Mobile, M0XMX Portable.
Yeah, all very good. Nice to have a day out playing radio, isn't it? You've got some good equipment up there, I must say. I'm using an 857B in the car. Something I've put in recently, actually. I did have just a dual band at the Yaesu FT900. But I decided to put a HF radio in the car, so that I do a lot of travelling around, so now and again if I'm passing a high spot, I can just stick HF on, put a whip antenna on the triple mag mount on the roof, and see what's about. So I've enjoyed doing that over the last couple of months. Although the 857 has taken a bit of getting used to. It's, as you probably know, it's very menu driven, and yesterday I completely fouled it up, so that every time I keyed the bike it was going into VFOB for some reason. So I scratched my head for a bit and then decided, oh, I'm just going to reset it. So I've completely reset the radio. Trouble is I've lost all the memories now, so I'm going to have to program all the repeaters back in, but there you go. I use a homemade off-centre fed dipole for 2 meters when I'm portable, which was a radio club project actually, but it's getting a bit long in the tooth now, and I've just tried it out this morning actually, and the SWR through the roof, so I need to make another one. Okay, I'm almost at my location actually, so I'll say 7-3 to you. Thanks for the quick contact, and I hope you get a few more in the log. So back to you for a final from M0YZY Mobile, just outside Newport in Shropshire.
Yeah, fine business on that, Steve. Well, I'll just tell you a couple of quick things. I recently sold, just before Christmas, both of my 857s that I had, one in each car, and also I had an ATAS, just because I wasn't using mobile radio anymore. So yeah, I got rid of both of them. I've still got the ability to play mobile. I've still got the antenna mounts and the coax feeders and all that kind of stuff, but I tend to use network radio whenever I'm mobile, to be honest now. At least you can guarantee that you'll have somebody to talk to. But let me just tell you something. If you when you get home, if you Google a blue cat dongle, that's blue cat, what you'll find is it's a little Bluetooth dongle that goes into the back of the 857, and then you run the repeater books application on your phone, which you've probably got anyway, and literally via Bluetooth you tap on the repeater that you want to use, and it will automatically set the 857 up with all the offsets and the tones and all that kind of stuff. And you can buy them from a couple of the various emporiums, or alternatively, if you are interested, I've got one spare that I don't need anymore. So if you get in touch with me, you'll find me on Google. Just Google my call sign and maybe we can do a deal. They're not very expensive. I think even if you buy one brand new, I think they're about, I don't know, 70 quid or something like that. So there you go. But anyway, I loved the Blue Cat dongle. Driving up and down the motorway, you know, using different repeaters, I went from having 100+ memories to having no memories, because it just negates the need for having memories. There you go. Back for any comments on that, Steve, and then I'll say 7-3. M0YZY Mobile, M0XMX Portable, over.
M0XMX Portable. I'm just going to write that down, actually. So, nice to talk to you this afternoon. Okay, good stuff. Yeah, I'll look you up on QRZ, and I'll also look at the blue cat. I've written those down, excellent. Okay, I've now pulled up outside my mother's house in Newport. So, thanks very much for the information about blue cat 857. And network radio is something I've thought about, but that's as far as it's got so far, but perhaps I should do a bit more investigation in that as well. So, the consequence of talking to you this afternoon is that I'm going to have to go on my computer and do a bit of research. That's what's going on. Okay, yeah, 7-3, enjoy the rest of the afternoon, and I hope you get a few more in the log. So, I'll talk to you again next time you take a flask of coffee up the Peak District. So, 7-3. Enjoy what's left of the weekend, and speak to you soon. M0YZY Mobile, listening for any final comments and any queries. Cheers for now.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. Lovely to talk to you. Have a great rest of the afternoon. And yeah, look forward to speaking to you again sometime soon. 7-3. Any of the stations, QRZ, this is Mike 0, X-Ray Mike, X-Ray Portable, in the Peak District, standing by.
2 Echo 0, India X-Ray Mike.
2E0. IXM. Very nice, strong signal. Back to you.
Thank you. Well, good afternoon, Mike. It's nice to talk to you again. Looks like we spoke last in October. You were in a caravan near Leek at that time. Name this end is David. I'm in Northwich in Cheshire, and you're coming through a lovely 59+10. Back to you.
Well, I've got to say, David, I actually looked up when you started speaking. I looked around because I actually expected to see you parked behind me. Your signal is, I would say, perfect. Literally, it is perfect. Full scale, no fluctuation on the signal meter at all, and your audio is absolutely pristine. So wondering what your working conditions are there, David. Back to you.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. Yours the same, actually. It's cracking strong audio, no issues there whatsoever. So I'm using an ICOM IC70-100, just 10 watts. There's a Diamopnd X30 in the loft, so a bit of brick between you and me. But my takeoff up towards that direction, Peak District, isn't too bad. So, and you've got a heck of a lot of height up there. I'm guessing you're up somewhere near that little mere, Blake Mere. Is it up there? Back to you there, Mike. 20XM.
Yeah, roger that, David. Literally, I am the other side of the road from the little lake. And looking into the distance, on top of the hill, there's the trig point, and I'm sat in that little lay-by where the road forks off. And conveniently, obviously, it's a very, very popular contesters location. This is. I'd never even dream of coming up here and trying to bag it for a contest, because I'm sure that the people who do get here days and days in advance. But yeah, conveniently there are very conveniently placed holes to put poles in. So I've got 2 poles up. One of them has got the Diamopnd X30, which I'm talking to you on now, which is plugged into the Yaesu FT2900, putting out roughly 70 watts. And then on a drive-on plate, I've got the bottom 5 or 6 parts of a DX Commander mast, fiberglass pole. And on top of that, I've got a WiMo cloverleaf or big wheel antenna, which is for sideband, which is plugged into the FT991. So I've been playing sideband. I had maybe 10 or so QSOs on sideband, and then the problem with FM was there was somebody that unfortunately had their PTT latched on. Clearly they didn't know, that they had, and all you could hear was the, the family life going on in the background.
Pretty good on 5 watts. Yeah, I see 77.3 then you can go and sort your battery at M0 XMX portable 2E0 RYR.
Yeah, roger that, Roger. That sounds funny, doesn't it? Yeah, fine business. Lovely. Nice talking to you. Thanks very much for making the effort to come and speak to me. And yeah, with the SOTA thing, yeah, it's just another reason to play radio, isn't it? So yeah, maybe one day. Okay, you take care, sir, and have a great rest of your weekend. 7-3 for now. Any other stations? QRZ. This is Mike 0, X-Ray Mike X-Ray Portable, standing by.
Mike 0, Hotel, Texas Hotel. Mike Hotel.
Okay, there was a couple of stations there. The station Hotel Tango Hotel. Just hold on 1 second. Let me just call in the weaker station. The other station, please, QRZ. No, can you say it slower, please? Because the signal is quite poor. Yeah, QRZ. Mike 6 Papa Mike Alpha. Very good, fine business. Yeah, you are 5 and 2. 5 and 2. The name this side is Mike, and I'm in the Peak District, near to Leek in Staffordshire. Over. Yeah, fine business with your QRP setup there, no problem whatsoever. And I think you said that I was 5 and 3, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, and I think you said that your name was Mike also. So yeah, very good. Thank you very much for coming back to say hello. Back to you. Yeah, my call sign is Mike 0, X-Ray Mike X-Ray Portable. Over.
Mike 0, X-Ray, Mike X-Ray. Let's receive Mike. Have a good afternoon and work some more stations.
Yeah, thanks for that, Paul. Thanks a lot for stopping by. Okay, the other station, Hotel Tango Hotel, I think it was. Back to you.
Yeah, okay, Mike 0, X-Ray, Mike X-Ray, Mike 0, Hotel, Texas Hotel. Name's Steve. Mike, I've just been listening for about 15 to 20 minutes. I'm monitoring this frequency quite a lot. Yeah, absolutely N-scaling to me, 60 over. At the south side of Sheffield on quite a nice spot here, but your beautiful signal, absolutely end scale, 60 over, back to you.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Steve. Thank you very much for the compliments there. And you are full scale with me as well, so whatever you're doing, you're also doing right. I'm currently sat in the car. I'm using a leisure battery to power 2 radios. I've got a Yaesu FT2900, which is what I'm talking to you on at the moment, with 70 watts, into a Diamopnd X30, which is on top of an aluminium push-up pole, which is around about 6 metres away from the car, and it's extended around about probably 6 metres high actually, so that's okay. And then I've also got a Yaesu FT991, which is connected to a WiMo Big Wheel, or cloverleaf some people call them, which is on top of a pole roughly the same height, but it's a fiberglass DX commander pole, and that's for 2 metre sideband. So yeah, I've been up here for an hour or so. Started off playing SSB around about 1:30, and yeah, knocked out quite a few good contacts there, and then moved on to FM a little bit later. So yeah, fine business. Thanks very much for coming back to the pool there, Steve, and thanks a lot for holding for me. M0HTH, M0XMX Portable.
Yeah, okay, Mike, M0XMX Portable, M0HTH. Running a 991 early side, Mike, 50 watts battery at the moment. And I can't remember what antenna I've got on roof here. It's been that long. It's like a 3-band 2, 70 and 6, I think it is. But we're about 680 feet up here, just slightly on the side of an hill, but I can come up and down to your way, completely down towards Stafford, etc. Well, like I said, Mike, you're doing a cracking job front mobile. Certainly are cracking out up here. So I'll leave you to it to pick up on the old QRZ, Mike. I'll have a quick read of that when I've let go. Well, it's 73, like I said, I'll just be monitoring, but I'll let a couple more work you and get a few more in the log. Been a pleasure, Mike. Enjoy it and not get too cold in the old car. M0XMX, M0HTH.
Yeah, roger that, Steve. And yeah, have a look on me on QRZ, and you'll also find my call sign on YouTube, where I post videos of events like today. And I don't know how long it's going to run. Sometimes, you know, when these videos tend to last more than about 10 minutes, people get bored and switch off. So I may have to do some serious editing. But anyway, there you go, Steve. Very nice to talk to you, sir. Thanks very much for taking the time to come and say hello. And you have a great rest of your weekend. So 7-3, and anybody else, QRZ. This is Mike 0, X-Ray Mike X-Ray Portable, standing by.
2 Echo 1 Sierra Kilo Alpha.
2E1 SKA. Very good afternoon to you. The name is Mike, and I'm just up the road from Leek in Staffordshire. Over.
Okay, Mike. I've been listening to you, chatting to Steve there. You give me 5 blocks on this radio. I'm using a similar radio to yourself. I'm getting well over halfway on the meter, so I would say 5.7, 5.8 sort of signal. Name here is Bill, and the location is Doncaster. 6 miles northeast of Doncaster, and I am about 20 feet above sea level here. Not very high at all, using a X30 by Diamopnd antenna, which is just on a 20-foot pole there. QSL.
Yeah, roger that. Well, funnily enough, part of my my bag, which is actually a ski bag from Decathlon, which is all of the portable antennas that I bring out to use on events like this. So I've got a Diamopnd X30 in there, which is the one I'm talking to you on now, and also I've got a Diamopnd X300 in there, which I just couldn't be bothered to put up, to be honest. For the additional gain, I thought, well, do you know what? I've got the height, so I won't mess around with the X300 because it was a bit cold. And I also carry an Antron 99 for HF, but I decided that today was going to be all about 2 meters, so I didn't bother with that. But yeah, the X300 is a great antenna. I had it on my house for the best part of a year or so. Before, when I passed my my full license, I treated myself to an X510, which is just the model above that. But also it's nearly double the height, 5.1 meters long versus 3 meters long. So yeah, it's a bit of a monster, but it's a very good antenna. So there you go. But yeah, very nice to talk to you. Sorry, remind me of your name. For some reason I didn't write that down. 2E1 SKA M0XMX Portable.
Okay, Mike. The name here is Bill, Bravo India Lima Lima. Also got a Diamopnd X510, which is on the chimney stack on a 12-foot pole. And it's well up there, but the caps have gone in it, so it's not, I'm not receiving, even though I put a meter in line and it's reading a perfect SWR reading, but I'm not receiving, I'm not getting out on it, so fault there somewhere. Just one quick one before I sign up with you. What's the report like up there?
Yeah, you are 5 and 4. 5 and 5. Very nice signal, no problem whatsoever, over.
Oh, that'll do, mate, that's working okay. Not bad for old Yaesu. Alright then, sir, nice day making the contact with you on 2 meters. It's nice to get somebody working 2 meters, getting people to start operating onto, because it's a dead band, not much happening on it at all. So with that mic, M0 X-ray mic X-ray, I'm going to go QRT, so just leave you to get as many calls as you can before it totally dies on here. 2E1SKA signing with you. All the best, Mike.
Yeah, thanks, Bill. Also, I don't know whether you're into Facebook, but there's a couple of Facebook groups that I started up to try and get the activity on 2 meters. And literally you can find them by typing in amateur radio 2 meters or 2M, and the other one, if you simply type in HARPO, which is HARPO, all will become clear when you actually type it in. It's amateur radio portable operations. So there you go. One of them is all about working portable, and the other one's all about working 2 meters. And the 2 meter group I started well, when I first got into the hobby about 2 years ago. And I think it's got somewhere in the region of about 1,500 members now. And that's where typically people like me who go out and play, 2 meters will post a spot. And so, that's the best way to find out when there's a bit of activity. And also, QSOs like this, I tend to film my activities on my GoPro and put them on my YouTube channel after I've finished editing them down. So, but yeah, you can find my my YouTube channel just by typing my call sign into YouTube. So there you go, Bill. Very nice to work you, and thanks very much for taking the time and the effort to come back and talk to me. Back to you for a final, then I'll carry on. 2E1SKA M0XMX portable.
Yeah, no problems there, Mike. 2E1SK returning to you. Yeah, I'll have a look at the YouTube. Do you say you're actually recording your contacts as we speak, sir?
Yep, literally, this is recording, over.
Right, I'll have a look at that then. I'll have a look at that. And see how this radio sounds coming back to you then. All the best, Mike. Thanks again. 2 Echo 1 Sierra sign with Mike 0 X-ray Mike X-ray. All the best, sir.
Yeah, no problem, Bill. I've moved the camera now, so the camera's actually pointing at the radio, so you can actually see your signal, and you can hear that the audio is absolutely perfect, no problem whatsoever. So yeah, lovely, no problem, Bill. You take care, my friend, and thanks very much for taking the time to come and say hello. 7-3 for now.
73, sir. All the best.
QRZ. This is Mike 0 X-ray Mike X-ray portable. Any station standing by?
Golf 1 Sierra Bravo November. Name is Mike.
Okay, there was at least 3 stations there, so I'll try and get through them as quickly as possible. So the station whose name was Mike, back to you.
Good afternoon there. It's Mike, yes, at Golf 1 Sierra Bravo November. Good to talk to you. Yeah, Leek in Staffordshire, that's quite good, because I'm in Wetherby, West Yorkshire.
Yeah, fine business. Let me just confirm, Golf 1 Sierra Bravo November, correct?
Correct, yes.
Fine business. Yeah, great. Well, lovely signal, Mike, from Wetherby in North Yorkshire. I think I was there a couple of weeks ago, actually. And yeah, 5 and 7, no problem whatsoever there, sir. Back to you.
Yes, give you a good report as well. Good 5 and 7, 5 and 2 8. Bit of a mean meter, of course. Next to nothing showing on the meter, of course, on the FT290, but still fully copyable.
Yep, same radio with full power. I think 70 watts is what it's putting out. And if I had some bacon and eggs, I think I could cook them on the top of it. Hi.
Right, well, I can tell you that I'm running into probably about 20 watts into a 5-element Yagi, more or less pointing in your direction. I'm afraid the rotator seized up a few years ago, so it's pointing in the roughly southwest direction, so it's not too far off towards you in Leek.
Yeah, fine business. Well, you're doing a great job anyway. I won't keep it because I know that there are at least a couple of stations that will call me. So I'll pass it back to you for a quick final. And thank you very much for taking the time to talk to me this afternoon, Mike. G1SBN M0XMX Portable.
Yes, I didn't get your name there at your little station there.
Yeah, sorry. The name is also Mike. There you go. Nice and simple. Back to you.
Indeed, nice and simple. Okay, yes, thanks for the call and coming back to me there. You obviously got a lot of stations wanting to call you. Well, Leek, you say you're in Leek. Are you on a high spot?
Yeah, roger that. The place is called Merryton Low, and the locator Italy Oscar 93 Alpha Delta 75. It's 540 metres ASL roughly, and it's just up the road from the Mermaid Inn. So if you Google the Mermaid Inn, you'll find exactly where I am there, Mike. Okay, fine business. Thank you very much for your time. 7-3 for now.
Yes, 7-3, and hope you get many more stations. Bye for now. G1 SPN out.
Yeah, take care, Mike. Any other stations? QRZ M0XMX Portable standing by.
Mike 0 Kilo Zulu X-ray.
Okay, there was 2 stations, and I'll take a Mike 0 Kilo Zulu X-ray first, please. Over.
M0KZX, so good afternoon. Yes, it's a mouthful, isn't it? That's what you get for just allowing the Ofcom to choose your call sign for you. You live and learn by your mistakes. Anyway, good afternoon, Mike. Name here is David. I'm in North Leeds, so not so far away from the Weatherby station a few moments ago. Weatherby line of sight's only a few miles from me. So no, working rather well. I'm semi-surprised the Peak District isn't getting in the way of this QSO, but nevertheless, you're 10 over here into North Leeds. So doing very well, Mike. M0KZX.
Yeah, roger that. No problem whatsoever. Lovely signal. You are full scale on my little FT2900, so I don't know, 20 over 9 at least. Lovely audio, no problem whatsoever. Yeah, well, it is 540 metres, and I've got unobstructed views probably, well, yeah, for a fair old distance. So it's got a really good takeoff, this position has. And the Diamopnd X300, the Diamopnd X30 is not doing a bad job at all. I've also got a sideband antenna up as well. So shortly I'm going to be just switching over to sideband for a little bit longer. Just to make the effort of sticking it up pay off. I've already worked probably about 10 stations on sideband earlier on this afternoon, and I've probably worked the similar number of stations on FM. So there you go. Anyway, David, I won't keep it because I know that there is at least one other station, so I'll pass it back to you for a quick final and then I'll carry on. M0JZX, M0XMX Portable.
Okay, well, enjoy the afternoon, Mike. A quick rundown here, station here. I'm running about 100 watts at the moment, which will probably explains the end stopping. White stick on the roof, which it's a diamond one, but I couldn't tell you which one it is. It's about 3 metres long or so, something like that. I changed it this year when we were having the outside of the house painted, so the house was scaffolded. It's about, I don't know, about 60 feet up in the air, something like that, maybe a little bit more. We're a sort of big old 3-storey Victorian house with big chimneys as well, so nice and high. And the radio here today is my shiny, well, had it a couple of weeks now, Icon 9700 into a microset SR200 amplifier. So all seems to be working well. Anyway, I'll let you crack on. My job next weekend on the bank holiday is to, I took the 2-metre beam down some time ago. So I need to put that back on top of the mast, on top of the hex beam, and now I've got the 9700 and get back into SSB on 2 metres. Anyway, enjoy the afternoon, not hold it any longer, and thank you for taking the call. M0KZX clear. Bye.
Yep, no problem. Can I just confirm your call sign? Is it JZX? It is, isn't it, David?
No. Mike 0 Kilo Zulu X-ray KZX.
Sorry, okay, I've got that, no problem. Yeah, very jealous of the hex beam. I had the privilege to use one when I was down in Cornwall on the Marconi station down there. They've got a hex beam. That was very impressive, and as soon as I started calling CQ on 20 metres with the Marconi call sign, I had a pile up all over Europe. So yeah, that hex beam does a great job, sir. And yeah, fine business on your work coming up. Take care and be safe. Okay, David, thanks very much for your time today, and I look forward to working you again. Bye for now. QRZ any stations, M0XMX portable in the Peak District, standing by.
Golf 0 November Alpha Juliet. Alpha over.
Okay, there's two stations. The Golf 0 November Alpha Juliet. If you would just wait one, please. I'll take the other station first. Yeah, the station, I think it ends in Papa. Over.
Mexico 6 Alpha Italy Alpha over.
No problem. M6AIA. Yeah, very good afternoon. The name this side is Mike, and I'm up in the Peak District, not very far away from Leek, and I'll give you a signal report on your next. Over.
M6AIA returning. Okay, Mike. Operator name is Andy Alpha November Delta Yankee, and the QTH is Dewsbury between Leeds and Wakefield to yourself.
Yeah, roger that. 5 and 3. 5 and 3 is your signal report there, Andy. So I guess you're running 10 watts or less. So you're doing a great job, no problem whatsoever. I'm just up here working portable using a Yaesu FT2900 at the moment. 70 watts into a Diamopnd X30 antenna. Over.
Okay, Mike. Yeah, you're 5 and 3 also. 53 with me. You say you're over in Leek. Is that near Stafford, over?
Yeah, roger that. Roger.
You're doing extremely well. Extremely well. Yes, I am using 10 watts. The radio is an Icon 2200H, along with an SN20 desk mic, along with a B2000 antenna there, Mike. I'm fairly high up there though, go ahead.
Yeah, no problem. Well, height is might when it comes to 2 metres, as we all know, and I've got 540 metres of height, so yeah, this is a really good location for playing 2 metres. Okay, Andy, I won't hold it. I'll carry on working down the log and say thank you very much for taking the time to come back and say hello. Have a great rest of your weekend. Bye for now.
Yeah, sounds great, Mike, and you take care. Bye.
Yeah, bye-bye. The other station, I think, is at Golf 0 November Alpha Juliet.
Was it indeed, sir? Yes. Good to see you, AJ. Good afternoon. His name is John. We're in Duncanfield, 7 miles east of Manchester. 5 and 9 plus. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, roger that. 5 and 7 into me there, John. Lovely audio, no problem whatsoever. And I think you probably already gathered the name is Mike, and I'm just up the road from Leek. Over.
Yes, I think we have. I think you're Merryton Low, Mike, not far from my hometown. I'm coming from Stockton-on-Trent originally, so it's almost my hometown down there. But anyway, nice audio, very nice audio from there. Pulling 25 watts into an X510. The rig is a mobile FTM7250. It does, what's it called? There's a digital side as well, but I never used it on that one. Anyway, no, there we are. I think there's somebody else calling you. I'm just about to lose my voice. I've lost it once this morning. It was very embarrassing to say the least, but I've got a bit of a throat problem. But I'm about to lose the game. But nice to talk to you from G0 and AJ.
Yeah, no problem, John. I'm going to have to keep the over short anyway because this rig's going to melt in a minute. Yeah, very nice talking to you. You take care and thanks a lot for your time. Any other stations, QRZ M0XMX portable?
Golf 6 Hotel Papa Romeo.
Okay, Golf 6 question mark. Could you please repeat the last part, over?
Yeah, G6HPR Golf 6 Hotel Papa Romeo.
Yeah, roger. Very good afternoon. You're 5 and 9, no problem. The name is Mike and I'm just up the road from Leek in Staffordshire. Over.
No problem, Mike. Name this end is Alan. QTH is south of Leicester. Town called Wixton, which is just off M21. Good solid S9 here, problem, Mike. Just wonder if you could find your location was again.
Okay, the locator is Italy Oscar 93 Alpha Delta 75 IO93 AD 75. It's just up the road from Leek, and the actual location, if you was to Google, the Mermaid Inn, then you'll basically see where I am. The actual name to where I am is called Merryton Low. Merryton Low, over.
Yeah, no problem, mate. Sounds like you're doing a fine job up there. That's all good. Okay, I'll keep it short with you. Might be other people trying to get in contact with you, which is all good. So, yeah, I'll speak to you further down in the line and enjoy the rest of your meal.
Yeah, fine business. Okay, well, thanks a lot for coming back to the call there, Alan. without people responding, it would be a fairly boring afternoon. So I do really, really appreciate everybody's timing in coming back to say hello. Okay, Alan, you take care. Have a great rest of the weekend, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. 7-3 for now. Any other stations, please? This is Mike 0 X-Ray, Mike X-Ray Portable, near Leek in Staffordshire, calling CQ on 2 metres, M0XMX, standing by.
Golf 1 Yankee Bravo, Mike.
G1YBM. Yeah, very good afternoon. The name this side is Mike, and you are 5 and 8. No problem whatsoever, sir. Back to you.
From John YBM. Yeah, the name this way is John Mike, and we have talked before. I live in Morris, Swaddling Coat, so not far away from your home QTH. From John YBM.
Yeah, Roger John. Yeah, I remember your call sign. No problem whatsoever. Lovely signal coming in from Swaddling Coat. Well, Moira this afternoon, sorry. My mind's going a bit blank now. But yeah, nice to speak to you there, John. Thanks a lot for stopping by to say hello back to you.
From John YBM. Yeah, okay, Mike. I must admit, I've not heard you on the other mode. I'm sure you enjoyed your cruising holiday. I never switch mine on. I rarely use it, but of course it's there for playing about with, so to speak. Frontier YBM.
Yeah, roger that. Are we on about sideband or are we on about network radio, John? Over?
Network radio.
Oh, right, yeah. I mean, I haven't been on recently, but yeah, I've been on, I would say, virtually every day. With the exception of this week. I've been in the car a lot over the last few weeks. So yeah, I do enjoy network radio. You know, it's just a different way of chatting to people, isn't it? A bit like using the telephone. But yeah, I do like network radio. Nice environment, well moderated, and yeah, made some good friends on there. So there you go. Is your call sign the same on network radio, John? Is it G1YBM on there, or is it something else? Over?
G1YBM. No, it's exactly the same. I do have an NR number, but that's not written onto it. But no, my call sign is on it the same. I'm not sure if I've got two. I think one's dash John, the other one's oblique stroke. No, backward slash John. That's it.
Oh right, okay. Well, I'll keep an ear out for you, John. No problem whatsoever. Okay, well I'm going to carry on calling because I'm enjoying myself far too much up here, and my leisure battery still hasn't dropped below 12.8 volts. So, but then again, I wouldn't expect it to. It's the size of a nuclear reactor. Okay, John, you take care, my friend, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon. 7-3.
Yeah, 7-3's Mike. Have fun up there.
0XMX, G4OC, Mike, over.
Yep, okay, John, you take care. 7-3 for now. G4RAC. Yeah, very good afternoon. It's actually, the sun's coming out up here now, so it's actually getting quite nice. I was a bit worried when I started to see the sideways snow, but yeah, no problem whatsoever. G4RAC M0XMX.
M0XMX, G4OC. I wonder where you are, Mike, over.
Well, I'm just up the road from Leek in Staffordshire. The actual place is called Merryton Low. The locator is Italy Oscar 93 Alpha Delta 75. And 540 metres ASL. Back to you.
Yeah, G402. Yeah, you're bouncing in here, full signal. You end stopping on the 897 there. I'm running about 40 watts to Mike from the coal in you. So you've obviously got a very, very good take-off there. Yeah, it's a long while since I've seen the snow around there. I used to go up there, work around there one time, many, many years ago in Buxton. Used to go to Half Hill at Buxton quite a bit at the sea in the winter, which is where the old storage bombs used to be at HSE, Staffordshire or what, I don't know if it is now. But, yeah, I used to live at Belfast, I used to go all the way out there quite regularly, Mike, over.
Yep, roger that, roger that. Well, yeah, it's a great high point at the end of the day, and as we all know, height is might with 2 metres to a certain extent. So yeah, I didn't have anything on, and the dog said to me, "Come on, Dad, let's go and play radio." And I said, "Well, if you make me, then, you know, what can I do?" So here we are, up a hill, playing radio, like I do, John. Back to you.
Yeah, I hope you keep looking for a long walk the wrong way up there. It's a beautiful part of the country. We just came back on Thursday night from Norfolk, we had a week in Norfolk, Norfolk, beautiful, went as far as down as Sheringham. One day the breakers are coming in about 2 metres high. It's fantastic, the noise it made. A bit cold, but it's sunny all the time. And I think the sun is just trying to get out here again now, but it has dropped very cold over the last half hour.
Yeah, well, the temperature gauge on the car says 5 degrees, so and the wind chill, I would say, takes it down closer to 0. I've had to guy out the 2 antennas. I've got a vertical antenna for FM, which I'm using here, and then I've also got my my big wheel for sideband. And I think any minute now I might go back to sideband, because that was quite good actually when I was using it earlier on. I managed to get about 10 contacts. So I think I might fire back the 991 back up and switch back to sideband there, John. Back to you.
Yeah, you probably should. And yeah, it's difficult. I had an aerial up for SSB for over a year and more, and I think I only had about 3 contacts on it. So if you take away the contests, etc., we didn't take part in it. They did give people a call, and I think the nearest one that talked on a semi-regular basis was a chap at Kilburn, but I took the aerial down in the end because I had so little contacts, especially as getting a high wind there, Mike. Anyway, I won't hold it then. I wish you luck. Don't get too cold over there. The chill factory is terrible in them places like that, Mike, and I'll catch you again. M0XMX, U4IC Centuries. Enjoy the rest of the day, Mike. Over.
Yeah, Roger, John. Thanks very much for coming back and saying hello. And no, in actual fact, I'm nice and toasty in the car. I've got my coat on, I've got my woolly hat. And yeah, no problem whatsoever. I'm out of the wind, so it's not affecting me at all. Okay, John, you take care. Look forward to speaking to you again sometime soon. Any other stations, QRZ M0XMX Portable? Any other stations? Otherwise, I'll go QRT and back onto sideband. Any other stations? Mike 0 X-ray, Mike X-ray Portable. Hello CQ, Mike 0 X-ray, Mike X-ray Portable, calling CQ on 2 meters. M0XMX Portable, near Leek in the Peak District, calling CQ on 2 and standing by for any calls.
Hello CQ, Mike 0 X-ray, Mike X-ray Portable, calling CQ on 2 meters. M0XMX Portable, near Leek in the Peak District, calling CQ on 2 and standing by for any calls.
Yeah, station calling CQ there, I think it was XMX Portable, M1EOP.
Mike 1, Echo Oscar Papa, I think it was. Yeah, would you like to QSY 144325, over?
Yeah, QSY 325.
Is this frequency clear, please? Mike 0 X-ray, Mike X-ray Portable. Yeah, nothing heard. Mike 1, Echo Oscar Papa Portable. Do you copy? M0XMX Portable, over.
M0XMX Portable, M1EOP. Good afternoon there, team. Name's Mark, location Stafford. Just turning the beam round to north, because I think he said something about Leek, so I'm south of you. There we go, that should be better. Give me a report on the next over from M1EOP.
Yep, hello Mark, very nice to meet you. The name this side is Mike, and your signal peaked there at just 5 and 7, no problem whatsoever, over.
Yes, okay, you're about 5 and 9 with me. I'm only running about 16 watts. I'm going to just add a little bit into it for now. Just a second. Stand by. Maybe that should help from M1 EOP.
Yeah, that's put you up just over 2 S points. So now you are just about in the red So probably, if I was to be accurate, maybe 5 or 10 dB over 9. So yeah, no problem. You don't need the extra power though. You're making the journey quite well on the power that you was running before there. Doing a great job there, Mark. Back to you.
Yes, okay, thanks very much indeed. I will kill the power, to be fair with you. There's no real need for it. Or what I'll do, I'll just take the drive right down. That's probably the better thing to do. I'll have to drop the key.
Yep, no problem, Mark. Well, I'm just on top of a hill here, 540 metres ASL. The place is called Merryton Low, which is just up from the Mermaid Inn, not very far away from Leek in Staffordshire. 540 metres ASL, and the locator is Italy Oscar 93 Alpha Delta 75. Back to you.
Yes, okay there. I've turned my power down now, so I'm only driving it with 7 watts. That's probably peaking out around about 50 or something like that through the little amplifier which is on the back of the radio there. Okay, I think you're about a 5 and 9 plus 10 with me, 5, 9 plus 5 I'd say. So really nice strong signal. Running 7 elements this way, horizontally polarised, up in your direction. And as I say, about 50 watts at this point in time, down in Stafford, India Oscar 82 X-ray Tango. I've just had to go and fix my the feeder for my G5 RV. It seems to have corroded and become intermittent at the bottom end of it, thank goodness. So just been out and redone that, and I just came back up into the shack and heard you calling. So I thought I'd do the honours and give you the return there, Mike, from M1EOP.
Yep, fine business, and I appreciate it, Mark. Without people like yourself, then my afternoon's enjoyment on radio would be fairly one-sided and very, very boring and very, very short-lived. But yeah, in actual fact, you're doing a great job. The signal strength, or the report rather, back to you hasn't changed. So you are still probably 10 dB over 9, even with the reduced drive power. I'm using the Yaesu FT991. It's putting out 50 watts into a Diamond, oh no, sorry, wrong antenna. Sorry, I've got 2 antennas up at the moment. Into a WiMo Big Wheel, or a clover leaf, which is on a fiberglass pole on a drive-on plate next to the car, around about maybe 5 or 6 meters above the ground. And then I've also got for FM, I've got a Diamopnd X30 up on an aluminium pole, about the same height actually, and that's plugged into an FT2900. I was working 2 meter sideband around about 1:30 until around about 2:15. And I had a busy afternoon actually. I would actually say I was never ever quiet. And then I flicked over onto FM, which is where I've been for the last hour and a half or so. And then I thought I'd just come back and play again on sideband, because I don't really play much on sideband, to be honest. But I think with sideband, because it's so quiet, you know, if you've got a strong signal, then you know everybody's ears pick up, don't they? So yeah, but very nice to talk to you anyway, Mark. And I think there's somebody getting out of their car. I very often get people come up to me and say, "What are you doing then?" But so I might get a bit distracted in a minute. So anyway, microphone back to you, Mark, from M0XMX Portable.
M0XMX Portable M1EOP, yes, okay. Well, I'll leave the amplifier in at 50 watts. Yeah, just about 50, yeah. Simply because if I turn the amplifier off, the SWR between the radio and the amp goes up to about 1.5, 1.6, whereas with the amplifier switched on, at the radio end it reads unity, so I'll leave it, I'll do that. But yeah, I'm using the 991A myself, and interested on the big wheel there. I have seen those, and just spurs me, and I'm not sure how long you've had it, but have you seen that other antenna that WiMo do? It looks like, it's horizontally polarised, but it looks like a very squashed Moxon, which is vertical. I think it's about 2 meters tall. And it's got about, I'm not sure it's got 3 or 6, it's about 6 dB again on it. But I think it's a bi-directional antenna. And although it looks vertical, it's about, I think it's about 2 meters tall. And it goes in a sort of like an oblong sort of fashion. And
As I say, I haven't tried one, but they promote it as being a solution where you can't really put a beam up, and I was just wondering how that would compare against the big wheel. But then again, the big wheel does give you pretty much 360 degree, which is what you want where you are, I think, isn't it? You know, you've got the height, the directionality. I can't think of the word. You know what I mean. It isn't so important when you've got the height there, and you're not bothered where the responses are coming from, are you? Back to you there, Mike. M0XMX portable M1EOP.
Yeah, roger that, Mark. You've hit the nail on the head there. I use the big wheel when I'm contesting as well. You know, when I play on the UKAC, I do it for a bit of fun. That's it. And especially when it's dark and when it's maybe cold or even raining, the last thing I want to be doing is getting out and moving a beam round. So the big wheel, you know, gives me that kind of scattergun approach. So, you know, I'm never going to win any contests, but I do have lots and lots of fun. In terms of number of QSOs, I do quite well. But yeah, you know, if I was running a beam, and I've got various beams I could have brought up here today, but all of them would have involved a certain amount of manipulation. And once I got into the car, out of the wind, trust me, I didn't want to be getting back out the car at all, because it's a bit bitter up here today. Mark, back to you.
Yes, okay. Well, it's a bit nippy down here. I can tell you, I've only been up on up as far as the garage roof to mend that feeder, but it was still pretty cold there. No disputing on that. Oh, the one. Hang on, let me turn this radio off. Sorry, it was my DMR. Decided to chirp up. But the thing about the big wheel is it's got 3 lobes, hasn't it? Whereas a halo is pretty much omnidirectional. So you do get some. Do you not get a bit of gain with the big wheel over?
From what I believe 3 dB. Whether that's true or not, and whether you can even believe these aerial manufacturers that quote gain, who knows? But as I say, you know, I've had some really good results. When I play the UKAC, admittedly on one particular occasion there was lift on, but you know, I was doing quite well. I can't remember what position I was in, maybe, I don't know, 8th or 9th or something like that, only in the low power section. But, you know, I was getting over into Europe with it. Admittedly, there was a lift on. I could have probably done the same using a finely chopped courgette, because it was just that great. But no, I love the big wheel. It does exactly what it's supposed to. I've had to guy it out a little bit, which I wouldn't normally do, but the wind is you know, horrific, and I thought it was going to break the fiberglass pole that I'm using. So, but yeah, but now I'm enjoying myself. I don't normally play 2 meters because I don't normally carry horizontal antennas with me. But today I thought, you know what? And also I actually made a bit of a challenge on a couple of the Facebook groups that are dedicated to 2 meter operations and portable operations. I said, come on, let's all just get on 2 meters and play, you know, just for an hour maybe on Sunday. And I think what I actually suggested was 1 o'clock was sideband and 2 o'clock was FM. And, you know, because I suggested it, I couldn't very well not do it. So, you know, I did it, and I've had a brilliant time up here. But it's all about location. You know, I know for a fact if I was to do this from home, you know, I'd be struggling to get anywhere great with normal stations. On the UKAC, when all the big guns come out with their contest stations, you know, I can be heard, and I can hear stations from, you know, maybe 100, 150 miles away. But, you know, that takes a lot of effort, and, you know, that people don't want to do that effort unless it's a contest, unfortunately. So there you go. Anyway, I won't keep it, Mark, because I want to see who else is out there. From M0XMX, I'll pass it back to you for a final. M1EOP, back to you.
Yeah, M0XMX portable M1EOP. Yes, okay there, Mike. Well, if you remember, just have a look back on the WiMo site when you get back home. Have a look at that other antenna and just see what you think of it. You know, I mean, I've looked at it and I thought, it's an odd one. I couldn't see me buying it because I've got the I've got the beam, and if I ever did go a little bit of portable, I've got an old Maz Pro one I bought 19 years ago now when I first got my license, and it's a short-spaced 8-element, and it's well made, and it collapses down into 2 sections and it fits into the back of the car. And it's a nice little antenna, but I don't think I'd put it back up, to be fair with you. I've got an in-of antenna, 7-element, I think it's an OWL, for horizontal, and I've got a WiMo 7-element vertically polarized for the FM side of things. I did used to do a little bit of years and years ago, a little bit of horizontal FM as well, and that's interesting. I used to work a guy down in Cornwall from here, and I think you actually got better results on 2 meters FM horizontal than we did SSB. But of course, horizontal polarization works better over the land, doesn't it? And have folks try and come work on 2 meters SSB with vertical, and of course the 20B down before they even start. But then the propagation over the top of over the land, I'll just say, isn't quite as good. But there we go. Anyway, best 7.3s. Have a good day. Don't get blown away and whatever. But yeah, have a good day. What there is left of it there, Mike. M0XMX portable M1 EOP.
Yeah, roger that, Mark. Very nice to talk to you, and thanks very much for coming back to the call. Yeah, 7.3, my friend. Look forward to talking again. Any other stations? QRZ, Mike 0, X-ray, Mike X-ray, portable.
Golf 4 Italy, Oscar, Quebec.
Golf 4, Italy, Oscar, Quebec. I think that was correct. Yeah, very good afternoon. The name this side is Mike, and I'm on top of a hill called Merryton Low, about 540 metres ASL, in the Peak District, very near to Leek in Staffordshire, over.
Yeah, okay, Mike, fine, very good afternoon. G4IOQ, you had a lovely signal about 20 over 9. Well, there's not much in between us, so I've worked many stations on Merryton Low in the past. My name is Tony, Tango Oscar November Yankee, and we're located about 3.5 miles southwest of Oswestry in the county of Shropshire. We're less than 2 miles from the Welsh border here in northwest Shropshire. I'm running 100 watts at the moment. It's an ICOM 746, quite an old transceiver now. A 12-element yard gear about 40 feet, or about 700 feet above sea level here on the Welsh border. It's a beautiful signal, but there's nothing in the way, so it's always like that for stations in the Merryton Low area, Mowcop and all the rest of it up there. So it's always nice to hear people up there. As I say, it's a tremendous signal. It's rather overcast at the moment, not particularly warm, so trust you're not too cool up there, but if you're in the vehicle, that's fine. So there we are. My name is Tony, and we're just southwest of Oswestry, and a lovely signal, the Mike M0MX XMX, yeah, bit of a tongue twister, portable G4IOQ.
Yeah, roger that, Tony. You're 20 dB over 9, and I've got to compliment you on your audio. It's absolutely booming. Perfect audio quality, and I'm still filming this actually on the GoPro. So depending on how viciously I have to edit, you may even find this QSO on there. So you may even be able to hear the quality that I'm referring to. But yeah, it's a very, very good signal that you're putting out there, Tony. Back to you.
Oh, that's very kind of you to say so. I actually used a little headset. It's a grotty old thing I bought from Maplin about, quite a few years ago now. They no longer exist. Cost less than 10 quid. I had to make some mods to it. I was getting some pickup from a fluorescent light I got on my workbench here, so I replaced all the cabling. It was a microphone and an earpiece, but I don't use the earpiece, so I took that out. And it's still there. I just don't, it's not wired up to anything. Just a screen lead coming into a little homebrew voice cue that I've got. It uses an op amp to shape the audio a little bit, and then it drives the rig from that. So there we have it. I like the headset. It's very, very light, and of course as I move my head about, the mouth microphone sort of orientation and distance don't change at all, so it's fairly constant, so I can leave my hands free to do work a keyboard or whatever. so
mic, a headset mic, that's all it is. So there we are. And the 12-element Yagi I'm using is also homebrew. It's made from the design was done on a computer program that I downloaded from the internet. Basically a DL6WU design. And I built it. It's 2 years old now. I built it, well, it just not come up to 2 years. It was summer 2 years ago that I built it. It works very well. It turned out quite well from here when there's, when there's some DX about. We worked down into Spain and over to Poland and Sweden from here, and there's all points in between. But I do work all bands from 23 SEM down to top band. I'm a GB2RS newsreader for top band, so I'm not reading tomorrow night. I read a couple of weeks ago. Reading, I think, in another 2 weeks. So there we are. But yeah, I quite like 2 meters, and there's usually a bit of activity around. There was a 6-meter contest this morning. I didn't really get involved with that, but I like 4 meters and let's say 70 sems, 23 sems. I'm building a 42-element Yagi for 23 sems. When that's finished, it'll hopefully put a slightly better signal out on that band. But anyway, I'll let you carry on. I know there's probably quite a few people who want to work you, but as I say, beautiful signal, Mike, and great to work you this afternoon. M0X, one of the home QTHs, M0XMX portable G for IOQ.
Yeah, roger that, Tony. Yeah, home QTH, Burton-on-Trent. And funnily enough, you're actually the third station that I've worked today from Oswestry. I started off working Golf Whiskey Zero Alpha Golf Zulu, which was John, and then Golf 3 Sierra Mike Tango, which was Peter, and obviously yourself. So yeah, Oswestry seems to be a very busy place for amateur radio. Hi. Okay, well, fine business. Thank you very much for taking the time to come back and see me. And as I say, you know, if you have a look at my YouTube channel, then you may well see this QSO on there. You can find that just by typing in my call sign. Okay, Tony, fine business. Thank you very much for the time today, sir, and have a great rest of the weekend. Bye for now.
All the very best, and I guess I'm roughly halfway between John and Peter. Peter's to the north of me, John to the south, but yeah, there's a few around here, so please you worked us. You know, we'll have to make a Worked All Oswestry award, and then you can claim that. All the very best. See you later, Chief for IOQ.
Yep, fine business. Okay, QRZ, any other stations, M0XMX portable standing by?
Golf 1, Sierra, Bravo, November.
Hold on, sorry, I'm just trying to balance my my book on the steering wheel. Golf 1, Sierra, was it Bravo, November?
Roger, yes, I talked to you on FM earlier, so I'd rather follow you down on SSB and pick you up again, and here you are. Because here's the Oswestry station and the Shropshire station, and also Mark as well, M1EOP. So it's quite a good day for propagation on 2 meters. Back to you there then, Mike. M0XMX portable from G1 SBN in Weatherby.